Hey guys, it's Lian, the crafty little ninja.
To become a master BB-8 creator, use the tutorial you must.
This tutorial is a collaboration with MsParkPark. She's gonna show you how to make a Star Wars lightsaber and also do a stop motion short. Links to her video and channel in the description box below. If you would like to fast forward to a specific spot, the times are located in the description box below. Stick around to the end to watch my stop motion short, BB-8's Mini Adventures.
May the Force be with you. In the description box below, listed the tools you need will be.
I'm using white, orange and gold, silver, and black. We're going to start with BB-8's head. First, take this small ball, condition, and you're going to flatten it into a half circle. Use the big ball of white clay for reference and adjust the sizes to make sure they're proportioned to each other. Use rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip to clean off any dust. I cut a circle out of a flat sheet of silver clay, and I use a needle tool to mark the center of the circle. I use it to center my smaller circle cutter to cut out the center of the circle. And then place this on top of BB-8's head. With a large dotting tool, indent where BB-8's eye will be. Also make a small indent on the lower right portion for his other eye. I mixed my gold and orange together, rolled it out on the clay roller, and I'm cutting off a small strip. Cut the strip at a diagonal and place it under the silver circle with a little bit of gap, and you want to make it even all the way around. I didn't have enough clay, so I repeated the process for the other side, connected them in the back, and blended it together, making sure the gap is even all the way around. Cut a thin strip of silver clay and wrap it around the bottom of BB-8's head. Make one more small indent with the dotting tool. Using a needle tool and a picture for reference, I'm making the pattern around BB-8's eyes. Using the orange and gold mixed clay, I'm cutting out a thicker strip, and with my X-Acto knife, I'm cutting out different size rectangles and squares to go on BB-8's head. I just made a bunch of different sizes, and I choose which ones I want to use as I go along. Using different pictures for reference, I start placing the small shapes of clay around BB-8's head. You can try to be exact if you want, or just place different shapes randomly. It's up to you. Take a bit of black clay and roll it out into a very thin snake. I placed a silver ball of clay into the lower right indent and used this black snake to wrap around it. Taking a bigger ball of black clay, I use that for BB-8's big eye. And then using a flattened piece of scrap clay, I form it into a half circle. I adjust the size as I go along until it's the shape I want and place it on top of BB-8's eye. I use my tools to flatten down the sides to create the hood for his eye. Time to add the finishing details to his head with a little black and blue strip of clay, and I use my tool to indent ridges on the top of his head. I use small pieces of wire to make his antenna, so I poke the holes, put some liquid Sculpey or TLS, then replace the pieces of wire. Using my circle cutter, I'm cutting out 6 circles of my orange and gold mixed clay. I place it on my blade and then use a circle cutter to make a small indent, use my needle tool to mark the center, and then an even smaller circle cutter to indent one more circle inside, using the dot in the middle as a center point for reference. Then I use my X-Acto knife and cut out the gear shape using the indents as reference for the gear size. So as you see, I'm cutting along the outer circle and then the inner circle. Then I carefully peel away the inside and place it on BB-8's body. And repeat this process 5 more times. Try your best to place them evenly between each other. For BB-8's body details, I used some leftover silver clay and cut out all different sizes and shapes to recreate all the patterns on his body. I found pictures of patterns online and used those as reference to try to recreate as much details as I could. It was a lot of experimenting and trial and error. For the sake of time for this tutorial, I'll just be showing a couple circle patterns. If you would be interested in a watch me craft video where I show the whole entire process and just fast forward through it, then let me know in the comments below. An option to finish up BB-8 is to put a magnet in his head and in his body. I use these small, very strong magnets for my BB-8. I'm demonstrating on a piece of clay, so I make an indent with my dotting tool, insert the magnet, and with a thin piece of clay cover the top so it doesn't come out, and you can see it's still very magnetic. It's up to you if you want to incorporate magnets or just connect the head to the bottom, but I just put a magnet at the bottom of his head and the top of his body. Then I take black and white acrylic paint and bring in BB-8. I use a dry paintbrush to paint on the black and a baby white to wipe off all the extra paint. You want to get the black paint into all the creases and markings that you made with your tools, and this is going to bring out all the details that you made. So we're almost finished with BB-8. Now I'm going to take my white acrylic paint and paint his antenna. So the little black goes on the tip of the longer one. As you can see, the black paint makes a big difference. All of the details are now much more visible. This is optional, but I'm taking some rubbing alcohol and cleaning the black just a little bit more so it's not super dirty. And I think it helped make the black details pop just a little more. I'm using DuraClear polyurethane gloss varnish and applying 2 to 3 coats on BB-8's body and head, letting them dry in between coats. And here's the finished BB-8. This little guy took me 3 to 4 hours to complete from start to finish, including painting and glazing. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please leave me a thumbs up and let me know what other tutorials you'd like to see in the comments below. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. If you decide to make your own, I'd love to see your creations. Tag me on Instagram at @thecraftylittle_ninja and I may feature your photos in future videos. Don't forget to check out MsParkPark's collab video. She's doing the Star Wars Light Saber tutorial and a stop motion video.
Completed your trading you have. May the Force be with you.
Mahalo and aloha.
The mini adventures of BB-8. A curious new world.